Welcome back to the mystical, fantastic world of the runes. We will be talking today about the inner fire within us to invoke enlightenment, the greatest, perfect fulfillment of your actions in the world. So I'm going to tell you about KENAZ, and KENAZ is connected with, of course, the color red, and here I am in the red color today. So my first runes on aquarelle with KENAZ looked more or less like that. That's already some sort of way developed one, and the big ones, some of my Polish audience, Polish people got really scared when I showed that one on the top. I will show you that one right there. It's the with the big eye, and they got really scared. So I'm not showing it right now. Some maybe have a reason to be scared because it has the connotation of the all-knowing eye, protective eye, and some have a connotation with Egypt and Ra. So that could be a reason. But coming back to KENAZ, inner fire. It's related with the letter K. Active time is August 20th till 3rd of September. Some of you already noticed that there are different dates in different sources. So I am rethinking that right now. Shall I give you also another timing or leave it as it is? Because it could confuse you, but also it could give you more ideas because it's more or less similar time with a difference of a few days. So in another source, you have 13th of September till 28th of September. So it's more or less near that time. Literal meaning, it's the light of the torch, flame, controlled fire, a light in the darkness, illumination, flame, creative fire, and of course, impulse, will, passion, fever, ignition, desire, love, renewal, combustion, and now we are going slowly into Germanic meaning of KENAZ means just torch. Gothic, swelling. Now Old English also can, torch. And Old Norse, soar and boil. So again, it's all these meanings I gave you, just the basic ones, that just the basic connotation. It can also be a self-realization. And as we say before, just the flame, control and create a fire, and so on. Now, color is not only red, it can be also brown to dark, red and gold. Or red gold, more is like a red gold. I didn't see that in anybody who's painting actually runes, but I think that some people do paint runes and bind runes as me. Pine tree connected with the KENAZ and the direction. So northeast, responsible for career, studying. So if you didn't watch first runes, I encourage you to watch because there I'm talking more about Feng Shui and how to activate in relation to it. So I'm not going to repeat that here exactly, but just to remind you, if you want to activate a rune in a direction from Feng Shui that is fitting you, suiting you, then you have to have your basic Feng Shui Bagua prepared according to your birth of date. So direction, if your direction is northeast, put it there. That's responsible for the career, studying. Southwest, relationships and love. And if none of those directions work for you, because 4 of them works for you, 4 not, use south. And south, I use it myself, work pretty well for that rune. But also please experiment and make your own observations about this one. Element is, of course, fire. Matter, material property, clarity of your thoughts, self-realization, success, ethics, and it's used in military affairs. profession and a person responsible, geologist, artist, engineer, biotherapist, craftsman, hunter, blacksmith. Relations, passion, desire, love, encourages passion in relationships, satisfying sex, warm atmosphere at home. Considering health, it is used to strengthen stomach and pancreas, lowers fever and inflammations, helpful for burns and diseases of reproductive system, fast regeneration of life strength. And its amulet, that is a protection, of course, from breakdown, apathy, fever, air, and burn. It is talisman for artists, lovers, and craftsmen. Because, of course, it brings passion, championship, inner fire. So, of course, pay attention to different sources will give you different professions, different people. But all in all, what is the most important is to feel the energy of the current rune, because probably every profession can use that rune. But definitely, people try to divide it to make it more clear and applicable, but a lot you will find with every single rune that it's repeating. So focus more on the energy of the current rune to pick the right one for yourself. It can be reversed, which means infertility, overheating, ignition, fever, anger, blind passion, repressed lust, lack of life force, suffocated fire, and self-destruction. What you need to know, it's not used in combat. It banishes the dark forces, but it doesn't destroy them. So it's not good in combat. It's more like a controlled inner fire that shapes and reshapes things, transform situation by enlightening, by divine inspiration. So it is like a very, very professional approach to it. It doesn't destroy anything. It just changes from one form to another with the extremely strong fire, heat, and so on. So when you use the runes, always feel the energy of it and the right kind of intention, and also the polarity of it. So what are the dangers of that particular rune? What it could be if you overuse it, if you have it too much, not in the right direction for yourself, and so on. Now here, in my favorite book of Jason Cooper, which I am showing you all the time, the author didn't really say how to carve that one. So when you carve it, just watch that every time I was saying about carving in a certain directions, it's never a simple way. And what I noticed always, when people carve runes, they always think about connection with the divine. So if it's upward, if it's going upward, then it is like connecting with something from divine. If it's something goes down or this way or that way, then it's more about connecting to earth or rooting and realizing something or coming from the divine source when you have a straight line. So whether you're gonna start in the middle and connect it to the above and link it to the earth, so you have the material result, that's up to you. And so the carving, if you start from above or from below and they meeting in the middle, that one depends on you. Now I am not stripping here exactly, I'm just changing for the purpose of presenting to you another rune, and this one will be for everyone who are in love, sorry, that actually dropped. I have a lot of colors here, but to make it right this time, for the runes, this is the GEBO rune. GEBO rune is with the color blue, as you can already see. And for everyone who want to be in an eternal love relationship and have the gift of love, this rune will be for you. Let's get to it. So it's letter G. When I painted it for the first time, I do not have it here, but then I created that, and I have no idea if it's already in my store, but I will make sure that it's gonna be there soon. So GEBO is this lines right here. So it's like a crossing, it's like a little cross this way. And that's it is a pure GEBO, but you will find it also in my bindron, which is connected with Yera right here. And that's the bindron for eternal love relationship, fulfilling one, and very, very kind and loving. And this one probably is already in the store if you like to have that. And if you like to carve it yourself, I will get to that too. So the active time is September 4th till 23rd of the September. Other sources give 28th of September to 13th of October. So you know. And the symbolism means gift, hospitality, and as Germany, GEBO. You can also find Giba, which means just gift, Old English, Gifel, Gifel, gift, generosity, and Old Norse, Gift, gift or wedding. So it means gift of the gods, exchange, embrace, compassion, generosity, hospitality, success in business partnership, in business understanding, trust, sensory union, exchange. Didn't I say just that? I did. And unification, and that would be it. Now, color also dark blue into pink, tree, elm, and ash tree. Direction southwest, responsible for love. For me, works very good on the north and east. So pick your direction here. Element air and water. Matter, material property. So good partnership in business, unity, prosperity gained by joint efforts. Profession, person. Someone related with hotels, restaurants, or voluntary work. Relations. Brings and protects love. Fulfilling relationship. Right partner. Friendship, unification, strengthens sexual potential in marriages, couples, faithfulness. Health, heals any kind of sexual problems and harmonizes nervous system, also soul and the body. It is amulet, therefore, protection from loneliness, dishonesty, blockages, and injuries. Injuries. I hope I said it right. You tell me. And it is talisman for lovers, love partners, marriages, because it brings love, loyalty, respect, unity, and oneness. Some people say you cannot reverse GEBO, but I can tell you that a human being can reverse anything. Anything that is not in harmony. So if you do read runes, and you see GEBO among all reverse runes, all is so wrong, then probably this means that this runes also is not that positive in that constellation. This is where you can see example of a reverse one. It means imbalance, disharmony, separation, frustration, dependence, dissatisfaction, jealousy, sexual blockages, and exploitation. And now again, gift demands a gift, or some say sacrifice. So even a simple decision requires acceptance of letting go something we didn't choose. Yeah, you can buy one couch. You don't need 3 or 4. Maybe you don't have enough room for that, or just gonna be stuck. So you may still like those other couches. But anyway, so in magic, GEBO can be used to remove also curses and karmic debts. Be careful with that one. It requires the right kind of action. And always the gift requires a gift. So what are you willing to offer in return? Because divine favors are based also on exchange. And this rune is also called the rune of ecstasy, union of the opposite forces, that is male and female. So it was And it is, if someone uses it in sex magic, not necessarily to conceive a baby, but for gaining or increase mystical power, or just for union, initiation, or wisdom, or just strengthening relationship. It is a symbol of harmony between brothers, sisters, and lovers. Be aware to not give away all what you have. So don't throw the pearls on pigs. That's the Polish saying goes. I think you have something similar like that in English version. With this rune, you can also buy influence, but where you have to be careful is to not put yourself in the position of financial enslavement. And make sure you won't depend on other people's gifts. Because remember, a giver also looks for a gain. So that would be good, positive, you know, the polarity of every sign and rune, and the rest is to feel it for yourself. And I'm very curious, so please comment and write me how did you use that one. And now I will introduce you the one that if you have this harmonious relationship, maybe you want to create your luck and prosperity and happiness and joy, optimism, and this is where we're going. And for that I need a color yellow, because we are going to move directly to the joy and joyous WUNJO. And I think, just like before, I forgot to tell you how to draw GEBO, so sorry for that. I will real quick show you with the GEBO, me trying to remember this drawing GEBO. And I think I have it almost here with me. Yes, I do. So here it is. You go down with the first stroke. That's the drawing, and that's the coloring below. You go down with the number 1. You go up with number 2. And then you go just down and just down with the activation. For the activation, please watch about Ferro, Horus, and so on, because at the beginning I am talking about mental activation, intention about it. So please watch that one. And now we move to WUNJO. WUNJO, which is joy. And WUNJO, unfortunately, doesn't. It is not connected with a letter V, but with I'm sorry, that was rather in Polish. So WUNJO. For WUNJO phonetic value, it is VU. Yeah, I think it is because it looks like a P. Some people, especially in Poland, will be connecting with it with P, but you are not going to make this a mistake in English language. So everything is fine. It is W. But it's not foul. So you know, 24th of September to 4th of October. That's one of the sources say. Other sources say 13th of October to 28th of October. So again, slight, some days a difference. Literal meaning is Germanic WUNJO means joy, Gothic pasture, Old English vin, pleasure, delight, Old Norse vind, joy, hope. And the key words, the connotations: flag or clan banner, joyfulness, bliss, pleasure, nice surprise, emotional comfort, happiness, enjoyment, cheerfulness, well-being, unifying of opposites, kin, community, comradeship, shared roots and origins, cheerfulness, a happy time. Color yellow, light green for some, as some say. Tree, fear and ash tree. Directions: east, family health, and northwest, friends, advisors, mentors. This time you have included 2 directions, that one is for one group in Bakua, the other one in Feng Shui is for another. So, but alternatively, you can also try to use other directions, which may also work for you. Element earth. Matter, material property, is professional triumph, fame, realization of your dreams and wishes. Person, social professions, also actor, director, and comic. Relations, kin, community, comradeship, shared roots and origin, lack in love, unconditional love, brotherhood, group support, really good friends. So everybody who you've come together and feel very, very good with them joyously. Health, strengthen immunology system, soothes herbs, convalescence in infectious diseases, acts as an antidepressant, comforts, arousing optimism by laughter. So laughing, therapy, it's included with WUNJO. Amulet as a protection is from sadness, argument, nervous breakdown. And as a talisman, you can use it, give it to those depressed or sad, because it brings this friendliness, very good time, great vibes, ability to rest and enjoy yourself and time with others. Reverse the runes. And again, some say you cannot reverse this one, but yes, you can. Sadness, doubt, treachery, dejection, unhappiness, failed plans, alienation from people, and of course depression, as it is against it. This rune is great to maintain protection against invaders and bring harmonious existence and joy in the clan, tribe, society, guild, or your club. So if you have your own group, this is a rune that will be kind of, protective for you. When you gather people in one group by this rune, for example, creating society, make sure that individuality is sustained, as blurring of individuality leads to loss of identity. So each individual must be able to maintain their well-being, their freedom, privacy, and so on. It's used in spells to invoke harmony in fellowship, happiness, and well-being. Also banishes alienation, strengthening bonds between members, and also in spells to gain favors from superiors, whether mortal or immortal. Be aware of that. Try not to, or be very careful with trying to bending someone's will, because that will end not so well. We will get to that by rune Yera, Sovillo, and the guy from the second world. You know what happened there. I cannot pronounce that on the YouTube channel, as some of the words are censored. So it's really funny, but that's how it is these days. So if you abuse the use of the rune, please remember these are just the tools. They are not good or bad runes. They are tools. The way you're using it is connected with your personal energy, intention, and who you really are in the world. So it's up to you what result it will bring you. Some script end with that rune. And it also helps for timing the spell results, allowing to control release of the spell energy. So I hope, more or less, actually I hope it was more understood what is the vibration of that rune. It's really keep your group together. But of course you have to be careful about not exaggerating here as well. And every rune, every energy for it has a certain timing, certain thing, because you're not going to stay joyous. It's only you being just one-sided. Everyone wants to be continuously joyous and happy, and it's just a phase in our life. So WUNJO is a phase that we need to also let go. And when we have this feeling to move on to the next adventure, that's the right time. Those who will try to, insist on this prolonged, joyous, happy time, when there is a time for them to grow, to act in the world, they probably will meet with the reverse form of that rune, and land in maybe alienation or not having even plans. So they fail by not having plans or not fulfilling, not doing anything. So every every rune has the positive and negative aspect of it. Positive in terms, you know, of the polarity, not good or bad, but also how you can use it, what you can do with it. So the most important is not just the words, what it means, but the feeling you get by using the rune and results in the world. I hope that was clear. Please let me know about it. If you have a comment, if you would like to add something, if you would like to correct something, please do so. I'm not an expert on runes. I am drawing from several sources that I mentioned when I was talking about rune number 1, Fehu. And I am combining them to make it all more understandable for us, and especially for those who would like to use it as amulet talismans. They read runes, they start to paint them, they start to activate them. And to be cautious what you're doing, this is why I'm doing those videos. So I hope it will serve you well, and have a good day there. Bye bye for now.